Good morning and welcome to Quick and Early Miracles. Pause. I have to do another intro because I think I'm going to cut and paste this video. So again, this content, hey David, this content is intended to be a part of the Hope Giving campaign, and I will be talking about or hoping to take you on a 10 video journey from dejection and hopelessness to some level of confidence in yourself and your life and a willingness to get up and give it a go again. And the video series goes from how to become aware of what's happening in your mind before anything else happens. So we're going to become aware of what's happening in your mind, and then what's happening emotionally and with your feelings, and then what to do with both of those things, and then it'll flow into actions. So let's see if I can say that more succinctly for the cut and paste. P.S. before I do that, how's everybody doing today? So many of my favorite games up in here. What? Is it cold where you at? Okay. All right, so I will be taking you on a 10-ish video journey from mindfulness to confidence in yourself and life and a willingness to give it a go again. And we will systematically unleash tools and awareness that you need to do that. And we're going to go from the top down and the inside out. And that means that if you think you should be doing stuff differently in your relationships or in your life, we're not going to touch that for a minute. We're going to start from the inside. So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is having your hip. It is having a tip off. A tip. Let's see if I can cut, paste again. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is being aware that there's a lot of stuff that can be happening up here. Sometimes it happens so often, so sneakily, so all the timely, you don't even notice it. Mindfulness is being aware that your head is talking to you. You might not hear your thoughts. All you might do is feel your feels, and they might be heavy and they might make you anxious. But behind all of that is a narrative that you're telling yourself, a story that your inner narrator, your inner scriptwriter is saying, this is. So mindfulness is saying, hey, wait, what's going on up there? This practice, one client I taught to do it like scratching a record. Go like, wick, wick. You hear all the music, you, the DJ, scratch the record, you interrupt it. You say, hey, wait, who's up there? Who's talking? What is this? This is the pivotal moment of change. If you are dejected, hopeless, overwhelmed, feeling some type of way about yourself, this is the moment of change. It is when you say, hey, wait, what's happening up there? Who's talking? It's for you, girl. I'll show you. It's a map of the world. Okay. Once you notice that there is activity upstairs, usually, at least for me, I want to try to believe it. I hear it say, you did this, it should be like that, and I'm like, okay, good idea, you're right. Let me think more about that. And you know how that feels? It feels shitty, generally. It doesn't feel very good. And so mindfulness is realizing that the thoughts that you have aren't real. They're not real. What does that mean? I have a ton of content that talks about this, but essentially the assumptions that you're making about yourself, about life, about what's happening, your recollection of the past, your forecastings of the future, you made them up. You made them up. They seem very subjective because they're, from your point of view, they seem, or objective, they seem very real. And you can interpret things a bunch of different ways. In fact, nobody actually can say what reality is accurately because they're a part of it. And so all of the thinking that you could possibly do is not it. Here's a quick example. So let's say that you grew up in a family where you're supposed to send thank you cards. You send a gift in love to a graduating student. You know what they don't do? They don't send you a thank you card. You know what you think? Oh, you think they don't care. You think that it was just, they might not have liked the gift. You think that you're not an important person to them. You think all these things. But you think them because of what you've seen before, what you believe to be true. But that's not really that might not really be the case. And that's a very simple example, but it could be as, let's say that you're going through a breakup, or you lost your job, or you found out that you're sick. In your head, when you think about it, you're going to use all the information that you've had before. You're going to reach into the archives and say, okay, what does this mean and where can this go? Well, those people died. These people were judged. This is going to hurt. This will be forever. And that's what your thoughts do. So in step 1, see there's a little cloud up there? It's a brainstorm. Mindfulness is being aware that sometimes you can be caught in a brainstorm and recognizing, hey, wait, that might not be the whole truth. That might not be the whole reality. If you chase thoughts with thoughts, you make more. You can't get out of your head by thinking about it. You have to get out of your head into your body. So in this one, this very scientific diagram, he goes from paying attention to his thoughts. He doesn't need to stop his thoughts. He doesn't need to make his head go quiet. All he needs to do is stop paying attention to his thoughts and begin paying attention to his heart. So he comes out of his head and he's like, what does my heart feel like? What does it feel like when I breathe? So those little lungs are there. Let's do it together right now. See if you can feel, if you're wearing a shirt, see if you can feel the fabric of your shirt. Thank you for this very second. See if you can feel the fabric of your shirt. And if you don't have your shirt on, see if you can feel your heartbeat. See if you can feel your stomach. If you had breakfast or if you drank something, see if you can feel inside your body. So what you did there is, instead of paying attention to who's talking in the conversation, this is the brainstorm up top, you brought your attention somewhere else. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to make anything up here change. All you had to do was take your attention somewhere else. And so I think of this one as coming home. You come home to your heart. So step 1 is you recognize, oh, there's a brainstorm. You say, hey, wait, or aha, I know what to do. And then you come down into your body or your house or your heart, and you start to tell yourself it's okay. Once you're in your house, you do big, old breaths and melts. And I think I put the Z backwards, but that's okay because it kind of looks like an S. A melt is when you let all the tension go out of your body. So let's take 2 big, old breaths together, and then let's melt. So ready? Now when you melt, you kind of pretend like you're in a hammock, like the world's safest, most beautiful, loving hammock, and you give all of your weight over to the hammock. So you might be using your muscles without even noticing to hold your shoulders up tight, or to clench your face, or make your belly suck in, or so you want to let go of all of the ways that you're holding yourself up and melt into the world's softest, safest hammock and breathe. Keep repeating, wash, rinse, repeat until you calm down. When you are in a brainstorm, that is not the time to answer those questions. I repeat, when you are in a brainstorm, you will have no good ideas about what to do, about what you think you need to do. The best time to address those things is when you're safe in your house and you have been for a minute. You might want to write down what you think you need to address later so that you have it when you're back in your house. If you're circling about, you know what's so crazy? A lot of the stuff that you circle in your head, you really don't even care about, and you know there's no answer to. Oh, but man, will those things run. So when you're in your brainstorming, you can say like, oh, that's interesting. I seem to be concerned about what somebody will say about this. Or maybe it's something a little bit more real. How will I pay for my mortgage? Maybe it's something about, maybe you're feeling like you'll never find love again. Whatever it is, like write it out. Put it on a little piece of paper, and then you can put it in a drawer out of sight and say, when I feel better, I will talk to myself about these things. And I'll give you some questions you can ask yourself later. But right now, the first thing is mindfulness. And mindfulness is saying, hey, wait, I don't need to stand out here in this brainstorm. I recognize this. I know what's happening. And you go home to your heart. You go home to your body. You say, it's okay. You remember that when it's a brainstorm, you can't do any maintenance then. The power is going out. The lights are flickering. There's a lot of noise. You can barely see. This is not the time to solve the problems that you think you have. Once you get in your house, or to get in your house, you take big old breaths and you melt. You do melt. This can also help you go to sleep at night when you can't. If there's a task that you're not doing, if you're procrastinating, do this. Don't try to talk to yourself into the task. Do this. And then the task will happen more easily. So big old breaths. And melt. You're okay. You imagine that you're being rocked by somebody that really loves you. Cuddle you fine. See if you can imagine that you were a little baby or a 2-year-old or whatever, or a puppy, whatever is cute to you. Make you something cute to you, and then go find you and hug you and cuddle you like that. So that's the visual. That's what you're doing in your house. You're bringing yourself back to balance. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that's what mindfulness is. I think I'm going to try this one again. Because again, I need to cut and paste this content for something. Let's see. Or I'll just try to do a recap again. Does anybody have any questions while we're here? All right. So today I talked about mindfulness. Mindfulness is saying, hey, wait, there's a brainstorm. Hey, wait, what am I saying to myself? Hey, wait, what kind of thoughts am I having? Hey, wait, what's happening up there? You might not notice it, but it is the content and frequency of those thoughts that determine how you feel. If you are in a deep hole, you're not going to think, like, if you think that you have to get out through action, which in some ways and cases you do, it might be too overwhelming to even begin. Hey, wait, you don't need to figure all that out right now. Hey, wait, just one moment, one step at a time. Hey, wait. Let's go into the moment. Let's go into our body. Let's go into our home, our heart, and breathe. It's okay. Big old breaths. And melt. Let go of all the tension in your body. What you're doing here, and so, like, you know, again, I have these scientific diagrams and bright colors, but this is scientifically based. You are repatterning your nervous system in this activity. You are it's been hijacked by fear. It's been hijacked by illusions. Things likely that you're freaking out about aren't in this moment. They're not. If you looked around, they're not right now. You might say, well, like, oh, well, they might be in a minute, or, but the bulk of your discomfort is when you take what is and you put it in all of time and space. You think that you're going to be this sick and feel this bad always. You think that you're going to be this heartbroken and this lonely always. You know, you take this moment and you blow it out. And in that coverage is the weight, is the heaviness, is the hopelessness. And so what we want to do is bring all of that in real tight to just right now, so that you can only be with one moment, just right now. You're going to go into your house. It's okay where you breathe. You melt and you relax. And again, this is scientifically based. You are repatterning your nervous system. You are allowing yourself to tap into higher functionings of your brain. In fight or flight, in a brainstorm, you will not have good ideas. In fact, your ideas will likely make things worse. When you are relaxed, when you are in a calm, safe place, then you can troubleshoot. Then you can make plans, and likely a lot of things that you thought you needed to address in the brainstorm dried up overnight when you weren't over there poking and running around like a chicken. Does anybody have any questions, thoughts, feelings, comments? Thanks for being here. Like I said, I might do this one again. I need to get some content from this. Who's here? Thanks so much for coming, everybody. I love you. Have a great day.